G'day everyone, it is Matt here, and today I'm really excited about having Blake Hutchison with me from the new CEO of Flippa. And the reason I wanted to do this interview with Blake and for everyone listening is Blake's just been presenting at Pause Fest in Melbourne with Liz on stage, and they were talking about some of the new changes that you've implemented at Flippa.
Yep.
And while I was sitting there listening to an awesome presentation, by the way,
thank you.
I was thinking to myself, now this is really important for our audience members to learn this, because in the past, we've always taught when people come on the Flippa platform, it's a great way to learn how to buy websites, and you can start out buying websites under $200.
Yep.
Now, some of you may have noticed there's been some big changes. So, Blake, you've made some massive changes in just 4 or 5 months being at Flippa?
Yeah, that's right, nearly 5 months. I think the important thing, Matt, is that Flippa is split by assets and businesses.
Yep.
Okay? And so what we want people to understand is that there is a big difference between something which is generating steady revenues and is likely profitable versus something that is a starter site which is unlikely to have significant amounts of traction. And so that is really the simplest way to define it. What we've done is said there is a difference, and so to play the game on Flippa, we want people to decide whether, one, they are selling an asset or a business, so that it helps buyers understand whether they are buying an asset or a business. So it's not to say that there won't be a great deal of less expensive assets to buy on the platform. It is to say that what Flippa's recognised is that there are a range of buyers at the high value which expect to see different levels of detail on that listing when they go through the due diligence phase. And so when I joined, it was abundantly clear that where Flippa had moved was into this high value space.
Which is a good thing.
Which is a good thing. And so what we want to do for the entire marketplace at large is build a really, really strong trust layer.
Okay, yep.
And so the trust layer comes down to a few key things. Firstly, we've raised prices at the low end.
Yep.
And so what that means is that a business or asset which is just starting out, which is not hugely expensive, by nature of the price increase from $9 to list an asset to $25, you're unlikely to see those super cheap assets. It's just the barrier to entry for that particular business or asset owner is a little bit higher. On the flip side, what we've now seen is that the quality of businesses that are listing on Flippa is of a slightly higher grade. There's a few reasons for that. By nature of a business being more successful, it typically is of a slightly higher quality. And the other thing is that there is a history of some people listing things on Flippa that shouldn't really have been listed in the first place.
Because it's so cheap. There's no barrier to entry to get there to list it.
So cheap, or even frankly, not necessarily legitimate.
Okay.
And so what Flippa has done is make it a little bit harder for those illegitimate business sellers or owners to get started in the first place, therefore making it safer for all of those buyers around the world.
So you're tightening up on verifications as well, buyers and sellers as well. That's the other change, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that. I think that trust comes with not only getting the right things on the platform, but also verifying who these individuals are.
Perfect.
And that happens on both sides of the marketplace. So now, and just for everyone's information, when a seller goes to sell something on Flippa, they must go through identity verification. Now, identity verification is powered by NetVerify's Jumio product. Now, that's probably a foreign term to everyone, but it's essentially the same technology that Airbnb and Uber use to ensure that drivers, riders, hosts, and travelers are verified. So Flippa wants to be seen as a world-class platform, which is a trusted place to not only buy, but also sell. So that then takes us to the buyer side. Buyers looking at businesses will have to go through identity verification, because if we're taking sellers through that same process, it's an acceptable thing to ask buyers to do the same. What that means is it's no longer about anonymized profiles. It's about knowing who you're dealing with.
Yep.
As we expect, when you and I sit here today,
Yeah.
you are Matt.
That's right.
I am Blake.
Yeah.
We want people on Flippa to have that same level of transparency.
Perfect.
And that creates an environment where we all feel like we can be honest, and it's no longer about anonymized data. It's about information which helps us to make an informed choice.
And that helps our clients, you guys listening. Remember, one of the things we teach in our due diligence process is one of the key steps is getting to know the seller.
Yeah.
And do you trust and like them? Because people buy off people. At the end of the day, even though we're doing things online and virtual, so this is fantastic from our clients' point of view, being able to buy these websites. It just helps so much in that aspect of the due diligence, knowing that we're all verified buyers and sellers. But like you said, obviously, from Flippa's point of view, you're building this trusted marketplace.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic.
Yeah, it is really cool. And look, one of the key features that we're talking about at the moment is what we find is that most buyers and sellers get the most out of the buy and sale process when they get on a video call.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so we're going to be building that feature in. And again, yeah, it's a cool, nifty feature, but the aspect of it, which is so important, is you tend to trust someone a little more when you can see them.
Yeah.
So I would encourage all of your buyers out there to always insist on a video call and get to know who they're buying from.
In the good old days, we used to say get on Skype, but now they can do it through, well, soon you'll be able to do it on the Flippa platform itself. So I'm sure there's going to be some more big changes coming at Flippa, which we might address in some other interviews like this. But for the moment, that was the main one that I wanted to bring across, just so that people understand why things are changing out there and why there's, the difference now in buying sites under $1,000. I think long term is going to be a really good thing for all users and for all of us who are buying these smaller sites when you're learning. So fantastic, Blake. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you.